we see a lot of manufacturing right now, but that's because supply chains are in such flux. People are thinking about where to do things. But for us, we think our claim to fame long-term is financial services. We have a history of global financial services companies being based mainly with their credit cards initially, but now that's evolving into fintech. But we also, with the history of DuPont, which was a chemistry company, but an innovation company for over 200 years, they've led to all sorts of spin-offs in the life sciences and what we call sustainable chemistry. So a lot of scientific and technical kinds of operations look at Delaware because we have a lot of PhDs and scientists and technical people in our area.
What are some of the competitive advantages that Delaware has when it comes to attracting investment?
For us, we think the competitive advantage for Delaware is being right smack in one of the most significant corridors in the world, sort of the Boston, New York to DC corridor, and we're literally right smack in the middle, and we have some of the most competitive cost structures in the United States. So when you sort of balance that all out, if you want to be near government regulators in DC and you want to be near the financial center in New York. I mean, I hopped on a train this morning and I was here in 90 minutes. I can be in DC in 90 minutes. One of our leaders likes to say that Delaware is one of the only places you could live and have breakfast or lunch with a client in any one of 4 or 5 major East Coast cities and be back in Delaware in the afternoon.
Where does the majority of your capital come from? Is it domestic or international?
We don't always know because what's interesting about this kind of work is sometimes when we start working with a company, their identity is kept confidential. So we're working with someone who represents them, but we don't know who they are. And so we don't always know. But the good news is we had a very large Chinese investment or global company that's based in Shanghai invest in our state this year. What's always a good sign is when companies who are already there continue to invest in your state. It would be like you going to a store, and if you only shop there once and never come back, that says something about the store. So if you think of us as a store or a place, hopefully, if they repeatedly invest there, that's a good sign. And that tells someone new that it's okay to be there as well.
Now, you mentioned that you got a big investment from a company from Shanghai. Which one was that?
Wuxi, Abtech is the parent. They're a contract manufacturing and pharmaceutical company. They are a fabulous company, and they've chosen Delaware for what will be their largest contract manufacturing operation in the United States.
The business climate between the U.S. and China is rather chilly right now, one of the most challenging it's been in decades. Is Delaware open to Chinese investment?
We are. I think we take the long-term view that if our location and the ingredients for success in Delaware would work for a global company from China or elsewhere, we would be more than happy to spend the time it takes to develop the relationship and work on solutions for them. For us, it's more about mutual opportunities and are there chances for win-wins for our community and our residents and a place, our company from another place or from our area.
How do the people in the state of Delaware feel about Chinese investment? Is there any blowback?
I'm sure it's out there. We've because we've had specific relationships with specific people. I don't think we've had that blowback. But our long-term relationships through the chamber, the general chamber, and through we just take the long view at it, and it'll work out and be positive if it can be, and if it's not, we'll still be friendly and partners where we can be.